What's up, guys? This is Sean.
This is Zach.
And we're from the Yelling from the Stands podcast. And today, we're here to talk to you about Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone and computer.
One cool thing Anchor can do for you is it will distribute your podcast across all platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts.
So in a nutshell, it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Oh, fuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, broadcasting from Southern California, this is Yelling from the Stands.
Welcome to Yelling from the Stands. This is Sean.
This is Zach.
And welcome to episode number 7.
7 heaven, baby.
Right on, man. What's been going on, brother?
Not much. It's another week in the books.
What kind of new shit we got going this week?
I don't know. Memorial Day weekend, but we can't do shit. So.
Yeah. Dude, Big Bear just opened back up for Memorial Day.
I know some places, what's it called? Is Aztec Falls and Arrowhead closed because it was overcrowding? I read that.
Shit.
But I think it's been overcrowded for years. They just want to stop it. And I think a lot of stuff got damaged, like the nature-wise.
Ooh.
I think graffiti and stuff, so they're probably letting everything kind of settle down. And
People come back with a vengeance, man.
Yep.
That's ridiculous, right? I know I read Big Bear was like, they're opening up like the ramps for boating. They're putting a limit on how many people can be in a boat, which nobody's going to fucking follow that. You're going to take your shit boat and shit out for Memorial Day and be like, I got to play it safe, man. Got to follow the rules. Bullshit. I mean, how do you see this stuff playing out?
We'll find out in 2 weeks.
Do you have a good feeling about it? Are you optimistic
I'm
on
optimistic, yeah, that
it'll be okay?
yeah, but
I feel
there's
like
that slight feeling like I think it might be too soon, but
I'm kind of with you.
I'm just worried about like if we do all this stuff and then if this outbreak happens again, we're gonna like 4 steps back. It's gonna be like we're gonna be locked down all over again until like just Christmas.
It's very possible, man.
So
I'm kind of in the middle. Like I'm optimistic because I think we're way better as a society of knowing, not shaking hands, being smart about things, hand sanitizer, just being certain safeties taken into effect. I think we're better with that as a society, but at the same time, some people just don't care. A lot of the younger kids I'm seeing, man, especially like at work and stuff, when they start flooding in, like they don't care.
no.
Each day I go to the store or go anywhere, I'm seeing less and less people wearing masks, which I know they're not necessarily helping 100%.
I think it's like 2%.
But still, it's the point of if that's what the best advice we've been given from doctors and people that know better than us, why would we not follow it?
Well, as you wear a mask, it's kind of like you're telling everyone else around you that you're not going to touch anyone. Like what's that name for it?
Kind of abiding, I don't know.
Yeah, but you're like okay with social distancing. You understand the concept of social
exactly.
distancing.
That's kind of what I want to see is, are other people, do they care? Like, because my worry is like, does this person I'm looking at 10 feet from me, do they not care about this crap at all? They don't believe in it? We don't know. So at least when you see somebody wearing a mask, it gives you that kind of feeling of comfort, I guess you could say.
We'll find out in 2 weeks if it spikes. Hopefully it doesn't spike, and then we could carry on with our lives.
I bet I'm kind of anticipating a small spike at least, but I'm hoping it's nothing too bad that's like, whoa, pull back the reins, and that we just lose all that ground like you said. But like we always say, we'll see. All right, man. Now that Survivor's over, what the hell are you doing?
I forgot to talk about this. Dude, I'm like lost.
We keep talking to each other about like, dude, we got to get this fucking Survivor. Me and Zach are big Survivor fans, and it ended, 2 weeks ago? Mm-hmm. And man.
I think it was like my favorite season of like all time.
It was really good. If you're a Survivor fan, I've been watching it since like, I think it was season 9.
I think this would be the good season to watch it because it's all the past winners. You don't need to know anyone. You got to know like, hey, everyone's won one. They're going to try to win another one.
Dude, and the strategy is taken up like 3 notches. Usually in Survivor, you hit the beach and there's a good 7 to 8 days of really slowly building strategy.
Now everyone right away looking for the idol, making alliances instantaneously. Happens.
Crazy, man. And it's almost exhausting. Each episode I'd watch towards the end, closer you got, it was just strategy.
Then,
Nobody.
This is the first one I've seen where they at tribal council they're talking at tribal council with their alliance. Like that's like rule number 1. You're not supposed to tell who your alliance is, but everyone's like whatever.
I personally hate that. I wish they'd stop it because it could go on forever. That's the whole point of it. But I don't know. I miss it, and hopefully they'll be able to get something going so we can watch another season. I'm thinking
the new one, I think they're going to have like teenagers in it.
Usually when they bring in new ones, a lot of them are usually young.
I wouldn't see why not, because you have these Fortnite winners, like millions of dollar winners for prizes, and they're like, 16? So I wouldn't see why not. $1 million prize could be for a teenager.
Yeah.
The only problem is, though, if they're under 18, wouldn't the parent have to go with them? Like, or do they just write consent?
Oh, I don't think they do it under 18. It's too much liability. Actually, they couldn't, because with the laws, well, it depends on where they're at. Like working laws and stuff. And I can tell you, in California,
it's not working though. They're in Fiji.
Well, they're paying them though. They're paying them to be on a show.
Oh, you're right. So yeah, every episode, right?
They've got to account for them as employees or something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would figure there was too many loopholes to have to jump through, and too many rules to abide.
Well, it's gonna work though. I think because they usually film in Fiji, so if Fiji has no like cases or nothing, then I guess they could go ahead and film there. Just everyone has to get tested before they leave and when they get there.
I think it's very possible because they own all those islands they shoot on.
So they could easily film it this summer.
For sure, man. I just hope we don't get set back too bad. But either way, if you like Survivor or you've watched it and haven't watched it in a while, go check out the latest season. It's legit, man. It is strategy 100%, man. Crazy. All right, let's get into a little bit of sports. Not a whole lot.
Before we get started, Sean, I have I guess some type of surprise, not a surprise, but crazy news for Vegas.
Oh, let's go.
So we're essential workers, right?
Oh, I know where you're going with this. Yeah.
The Venetian is offering us a 1 night free complimentary. I'm going to take that up, I think.
How do you do it? Like, what do we have to do?
Go on the website. I think it's like venetian.com/share-the-love. And it's called Get Love or Give Love. So since we're essential workers, we get 1 night complimentary free. And then any other nights after, you get 25% off a night.
That's not bad.
Plus, when you stay there, you're also helping funding other essential workers to stay there. Especially your daily fee or hotel fee or whatever, like your room rate
goes to like
part of it goes to help other people stay there for free, so which is cool.
That's pretty badass, man.
We have till the end of the year, December something. So
I think we can pull that off.
Yeah.
So. Britt read that the other day and was telling me about it.
Well, cool.
That's great because I've never been to the Venetian. It's kind of it's kind of out of my budget.
What's 1 night for free? Heck yeah, I'll do 1 night for free.
Hell yeah, man. We'll have to set that shit up. I actually got started. I was thinking about you the other day when you said that because you keep saying, I got the bug. I want to go to Vegas. I want to get this shit done, go to Vegas. And I started thinking that the other day. I was like, man, I miss Vegas.
Hey, it's good. I used to go to Vegas every year. I don't think I went last year, did I? I went 2 years ago.
Was the last time for your wedding?
No, I went twice my wedding year. I went April, and then I went back in November to see Backstreet Boys. Yeah, so
gotcha.
It'll be 2 years in November since the last time I went.
That's a fun fact.
So I'm itching.
Or here's a fun fact. Zach and I both got married in Las Vegas.
I got married at the Flamingo.
Not to each other.
Well, maybe if that was okay, but...
I'm sure it's okay by the law, but I'm not okay with that. I like your sister more than I like you. Sorry. In that way. No, he got married at the Flamingo, and I got married at Treasure Island.
Treasure Island.
Right across the street. That's fun.
If you're looking for a getaway wedding and it's cheap, and go for it.
Dude, I recommend it to everybody.
I think mine was like $700.
I think total something.
The only thing I wished was after if we could have found a nice restaurant instead of a buffet. That's only my... But I don't live in Vegas, so it's hard to find an area to eat. So
that was I think ours went okay.
I don't mind buffets. You just have the people pay themselves and then eat what you want. So
it was fun not having to worry about the shit. That was the best part of especially not watching the wife freak out because I could see early on we were planning a wedding and just kind of see the gears turning and stuff. I'm like, this is going to be very stressful on her. So
yeah,
once she agreed, because I told her, I said, I don't mind when we get married. Dude, I am totally fine just flying to Vegas and knocking it out.
Did you guys fly? You guys drove?
No, it was before we moved.
Oh, so you were still in...
We lived in Oklahoma at the time. So that's actually, that Vegas trip is where we told my family we would be moving to California.
Oh, really?
In a few months, yeah.
Is that did you find a job by then, or were you already looking for one?
I think I had just gotten the job. Because, I think so. I think I had just gotten the job.
In Adelanto?
Yeah, it's the one near Victorville.
Yeah.
But I think I had just gotten it, or I had gotten hey, you're basically it.
You had your interview was already done.
Yeah, I think so. And because we were holding off because we talked about it for a while. My whole family always knew that he's going to end up leaving somewhere because I didn't want to be there. But yeah, at the wedding, I remember I was like, we're going to tell him.
So you've been out here for 5 years already, huh? No,
Yeah.
Almost 5.
September of 2015.
Right? Yeah. So this September
It'll be
5 years.
5 years this
Crazy.
September. And I haven't been to a damn sporting event.
Eventually we'll go.
That's so stupid.
That's crazy.
All right, jump to some sporting news. Not a whole lot this week at all. But the NCAA gave the okay for voluntary workouts to begin June 1st. So this is huge because all of our college fans, college football fans, and college basketball fans, this basically means your team can report, because there has been a moratorium on it until now, where they can't show up and do any kind of team activities, nothing like that. They can't hold a practice. The NCAA is now allowing them voluntarily, so they can't be forced to show up. Excuse me. But if they want to, they can. So June 1st, they can have team activities. This is for men's and women's basketball and football.
Only? No other sports?
That's all they detailed in it.
So I'm assuming they're preparing for the fall season, right?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of
all
the
spring
gist.
sports are done because the school's about to end. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure all fall sports.
And it's coming down to where it's like, it's going to come down to like conference, how they're going to allow it. And that's not what we're
Is it
talking
men's
about.
basketball too?
Men's and women's.
And football. And it's kind of bullshit I'm thinking about now. Those are the 3 sports that make the school the most money.
Exactly, yeah. That's what they did it for. Because it's just too much of a liability to bring the equestrian team back, I guess, at this point. I'll try to pull the article, see if there's anything else I missed.
No, but this, I want. They still have to probably be under like
it's
social distancing law. Like you got only so many people in the facility at one time.
They said the colleges have to have some kind of sanitary plan. Let me see what it says. We encourage the school to use its discretion to make the best decisions possible for football and basketball student athletes within the appropriate re-socialization framework. Basically allowing for voluntary athletic activities, acknowledges that reopening our campuses will be an individual decision, but should be based on advice from medical experts. So they're heavily basing this on, hey, we're going to take the advice of our government, the CDC, whatever information's out there as far as what they're recommending, we're going to follow that. And they're saying that the SEC athletic directors are expected to meet with health experts this Thursday, which would have been last Thursday, I'm guessing, and then offer a recommendation. So each conference is actually kind of doing their own due diligence to kind of figure out what's best for them. But like you said, man, these are the money makers we're talking about. These guys are they're gonna make it. They're gonna find a way. They're gonna find a way. So I mean, football. People, I think the big thing about football is just the fans. There's not going to be fans in the stands. I'm not expecting.
Unless in a couple months they can figure out, okay, we're able to have fans, but who knows?
I mean, if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be the SEC. That part of the country. That part of the country is ready to go back. But I don't know, man. They said when student athletes do return, they will find a new normal. Athletic officials are expected to lay out protocols to maintain safety, including small workout groups, practicing social distancing, constant wiping down of equipment, and use of masks inside the buildings. And they are expecting all the schools to deep clean their facilities before the athletes return. I mean, that's to be expected. But I mean, where do you feel we're at on that path now to getting back? Are we in a good spot, or we have a lot more work ahead of us than we're expecting?
Probably a lot more work, I think. Because we still don't know how this virus is, and
there's a lot of unknowns, man.
Yeah.
Frankly, there's a lot of unknowns. I mean, even the guy, Fauci, is like the number one guy that's kind of giving us advice. First off, a lot of people just are starting to not believe him, which I get the restlessness and I get the, second opinion mentality.
I think it's because he doesn't have he has the answer that they're not looking for. Like, that's not what I wanted to hear.
They're not getting what they want to hear. And I agree with you. But, and I support a second opinion every time. Why not? But some of this stuff's a little ridiculous, man. I mean, if I was in a position where the way I think about it is because people are like, that's my freedom. I have the freedom to go in there into a stadium and watch football. Yeah, you do. But ethically, if you're putting somebody else in danger or in the long run, then ethically you need to stay home. Okay. You need to give up a little bit of your freedoms to ensure the safety of others. And we'll get into this later with more articles we've got that touch on this. But I just don't understand the selfishness of I need to do this because that's my freedom. Like, I mean, if we're talking about working and paying bills and taking care of your family, yeah, that's one thing. But going to the beach, going to a mall, watching a sporting event, Is that a freedom we're really...
That's a luxury.
That's a luxury, man.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with that. But the NCAA making this is a big step to saying, okay, let's get ready to, pull back the curtain a little bit. So I'm excited for that. At least we got some good news heading towards where we want to be. Next one I've got pulled up right here. So speaking of NCAA, the next thing we have here is we talked about Ohio State last week, talked about some of the big campuses and stadiums we want to visit. And a previous episode, we talked about Ohio State being one of the best, having some of the best players in the NFL. I found an article that shows the best player at each position that currently plays in the NFL that went to Ohio State. And I was like, let me see if this is really as good as it was.
I probably guess a couple of them.
Holy shit, man. Like, I was just going through a few positions and I'm like, whoa. These are players that all played Ohio State that are currently playing in the NFL. Currently. There's a few positions like this first one that I'm like, okay, not the best player, but think about it.
He was good in college, though.
And this is all one school.
JT Barrett, too.
The average career of an NFL player is like 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Okay? So even if you're telling me most of these players probably played within the last 5 years, that's insane.
Uh-huh.
All right, so we should start a quarterback. From Ohio State, you got Dwayne Haskins. JT Barrett is still playing a little bit, kind of a journeyman.
He's the back. Is he the backup for? Is he on the Saints still?
I don't know. Let's find out.
I think he's on the Saints. He was third string on the Saints behind. Steelers now.
Oh, did they sign him? Saints 18-19.
Yeah, Steelers. Off-season and practice squad.
So he's on the practice squad. Oh, okay.
I can see him being a backup, though.
Yeah, he was. I don't think he was ever that bad.
He's never had a chance.
Running back, you know this one. Zeke Elliott.
Dobbins.
So now you got J.K. Dobbins knocking on the door. So now you've got, we're going to see how he does next level.
Yeah, but you're also forgetting Carlos Hyde.
There's way more than this. I know. Who else? Carlos Hyde. There's, how long did Beanie Wells play in the league? I was thinking.
I know he was on the Cardinals for a little while, but I don't
think he did anything huge, but I remember I loved watching him in college. But running back, stacked. Absolutely stacked.
Our receivers, Curtis
Slot wide receiver, Curtis Samuel, who's probably the best wide receiver on the Panthers right now. He got the nod over Paris Campbell. Jump to the number one wide receiver. We all know this one. He's been in the news a lot this last couple of weeks. Mr. Michael Thomas. Speaking of that, do you think he's overrated? A lot of these memes going around are just talking shit on Michael Thomas.
Definitely not overrated.
Like, I saw
it's
one.
Just he's the only offensive player on his team.
So here's my case for Mike. I think he is exactly as good as he thinks he is. I think he's fucking damn good. So they were like, well, he's so-and-so in receptions and all these stats. This guy's the number one wide receiver on his team, which always draws double targets from your secondary, whoever's playing you. Okay, that's tough, and it is in itself. On top of that, you got Drew Brees that throws the ball 45 times a game. Okay, so he's going to get a majority of them. Okay, we know. We mostly slants and stuff. But when you have the number one target, when you are the number one target, and your quarterback throws the ball that much, they know it's coming to you. So you can't go deep downfield. They're just going to double team you and pick it off. The only way to get him the ball is slants, curls, these small ones. The fact that he's doing the yardage and the yard after catch, because I believe he was big on the yard after catch, is what's telling us he's a superstar. Dude's a stud, hands down. He is not a joke. He is for real. And I'm sick of seeing these people trash him, man. I know him and Devontae Parker got into it on Twitter.
Really?
Oh, did you not see that?
Oh. What, Devontae called him out or what?
Dude, let me pull it up real quick. It was a big deal.
Well, even Steve Smith reacted to it.
Oh, yeah. They were back and forth talking about draft, who got drafted where.
Who cares?
And then he was talking about, like, I think he's the only guy on the team. Somebody had a picture of the Twitter. I think that's where it started. The Fox NFL posted that, and then one of the guys actually responded to it, and the other one
Devontae had what? This last season was his best season he's ever had. So like
first 1,000 yard receiving.
And Michael Thomas has had 1,000 yards ever since.
So you got Mike saying, "Hey, for you," because I can't remember what he originally said. That's not even the whole conversation. He said, "But that's where it picked up. For you, yes, go run some numbers up. Then you can talk. I lapped you, and then you've been in the league longer than me, first rounder." Devontae said, got some hard feelings there, brother? Let me get targeted 300 times a game. Mike says, in other words, you weak. They don't even put your name in the same sentence as me. Remember that. Mike says again, you still not going to do nothing? You took 6 years and 17 weeks to have a good game. Get the fuck out of here. Blame your parents. Not no QB. Devontae said, quit crying, brah. Mike said, you heard what I said. Devontae said, didn't hear shit, playboy. Mike said, you can't even get a seat at the table. Look, Devontae had a great season last year, and it took him longer than most people even get the opportunity to play in the NFL to do it.
Go on.
We want both of their stats?
Yeah. Pro Football Reference is good.
So, Michael Thomas receiving number 1 overall in receptions.
Where's Devontae at?
Where's Devontae? It's Devontae Adams. He's not even in the top 20, man. He's 31.
So why is he talking?
Because he hit 1,000 yards. So, let's say targets. Michael Thomas, number 1 with 185. Devontae Parker, 128. That's a good chunk difference, but not enough to be like you get 300 targets a game. Nah, this just reinforces what I think.
Catching. Is it catching percentage?
Yeah. James Conner. Way to go, James. This probably includes running back, too.
A lot of running backs.
Yeah, because they're getting dump-off passes, man.
Michael Thomas right there. 80%.
Which is why I love this guy. Yeah, and I know there's slants and curls and stuff, but he is always fucking covered good, and if not double covered.
Look, he's the highest. He's the first wide receiver on the board. Everything else is running backs or tight ends.
Yeah, sure enough.
And so where's Devontae at?
I might have to use the find feature in this. 171.
56%.
Dude, they're not even in the same ballpark. He's totally right. You even got to see the table.
Jeez.
Let's do this. Yards per reception. Parker's 8. So that's the one where Parker wins. But from the eyeball test for me, Devontae Parker also gets the majority of his passes from Fitzpatrick going down the field.
Uh-huh.
Thomas gets them, close to the line of scrimmage. You can't compare the two, man. Two fucking way different players.
Plus, he's on the Dolphins, so you don't have double team. They're not that good of a team, so you have one-to-one coverage every time.
Yeah, he tried to blame it on you got Drew Brees and blah blah blah. It's a dumb argument, man. Like you both aren't even in the same league.
He had one good season.
pretty much the case. But where were we? Oh, Ohio State. Let's go back to that. Wherever that was.
It's Michael Thomas.
So Michael Thomas, number 2 wide receiver. We're looking at Terry McLaurin. Scary Terry.
I didn't even think about him.
Yeah, man. They're expecting him to have a big-ass season next year.
He was good for fantasy for a couple weeks.
He was. I traded for him early last year.
Very first couple weeks of the season, he was good.
I actually picked him up off waivers. I was the first guy to get him after he blew up. And I ended up dropping him because I didn't think he was going to last. And then I ended up trading for him and got some good value on him.
You traded to get him back?
Yeah. Yeah. He did really good for me in the end. Tight end Jeff Heuerman, however you remember to say that name.
They never had really good tight ends.
That's not bad, though. You could find a ton of schools that are top 25 in the country in college that don't even have a tight end in the league. I'm serious. So to have somebody in the league is good. Center, you got Corey Linsley from the Packers. Guard, we got Andrew Norrell from the Jags. Right guard, Jonah Jackson from the Lions. Left tackle, Taylor Decker from the Lions. Right tackle, Jamarco Jones, Seahawks. DB, DN, I'm sorry. Chase Young from the Redskins. Man, I'm excited to watch that dude play. And then the other one.
Nick Bosa.
Cameron Hayward for our DT. Pittsburgh Steelers. Jonathan Hankins from the Raiders. It's weird seeing Las Vegas Raiders actually written. Strong side linebacker, we got Jerome Baker from the Dolphins. Middle linebacker, Raekwon McMillan from the Dolphins. Weak side linebacker, Malik Harrison from the Ravens. Number 1 cornerback, Denzel Ward from the Browns. 2 cornerback, Jeff Okudah. Jesus,
Lions.
Man. When you got your number 1 and number 2 of those guys, you're in good shape. Free safety, Malcolm Jenkins. Oh, yeah. Strong safety, Von Bell. Dude, this is an ugly ass defense, man.
The defense is really good.
If you put me up against this fucking team, I'd be terrified. Cameron Johnson for punter, even. Field goals and kickoffs. Mike Nugent. I didn't know Nugent went there.
I think did Nick Folk go there? I know Mike Nugent for sure went there.
Really? That's cool.
I think because after that, he went to Ted Ginn, baby.
Jesus. Kick returns. You got Ted Ginn Jr. And long snapper, Jake McQuaid. Dude, I mean, in all realness, that's sick. That is sick. These are all players that played within the last probably 7 to 8 years that are playing in the league. I mean, when you say superstar status, there are 6, maybe 7 superstars in that list.
They have Joey Bosa. They didn't have Nick Bosa. We have Chase Young, Denzel Ward, Malcolm Jenkins. Like, you have a lot of Zeke.
I mean, superstar NFL players for one college, man. Crazy. That shit's insane, man. All right, and then the other news in the NFL this week. So the NFL had a little change of heart when it came to the rule they have against assistant coaches applying for coordinator positions. So they're actually approve a resolution to allow them to apply. So they agreed to make a big change to the way the NFL hiring cycle plays out. Finally, assistant coaches will be allowed to take a promotion elsewhere without permission from the employer. The big thing with this before was when you find a really hot assistant that's coaching well, that they know is going to be moving up the ladder real quick, you had to go to the other team that he's hired on. You had to get permission from his head coach, which didn't happen very often because they typically knew what they had. So now you're allowing these assistant coaches to just say, fuck you, I don't need your permission. You're going to see a lot more movement. Like, the first one off the top of my head was Belichick's kid. I think he's a safeties coach. I think it was at New England. And I can guarantee you, dude, he's going to probably move his way up the ladder pretty quick now.
A couple years, be offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator or something.
Something like that. I mean, you're going to start seeing teams that are down and about really having a rough time. They're going to go, because what the hot thing right now is a young offensive-minded coach, right? We got Sean McVay. What's his name out of Texas Tech on the Cardinals now? Kingsbury. Cliff. Right. These are all offensive-minded coaches that Clint Kingsbury almost lost his job at Texas Tech and ended up getting promoted to the fucking Cardinals. So now we're going to start finding assistant coaches that kind of fit this mold, and you're going to see some team like, I don't know, maybe the Dolphins in a couple seasons go off and pick these guys off and give them a try. Try to strike gold.
Doesn't hurt.
I mean, it's just a trend.
Yeah.
It's going to change a lot as far as that goes. So Jonathan Jones on Twitter did write, NFL will now require all teams to submit in writing its coaching, organizational structure, and job description. If there's a debate when it comes to someone interviewing for another job, Goodell will decide. Wow. That's cool. No longer are the days of, he's my assistant, I found him, you got to go through me.
It's like, what is his job title kind of thing.
Yeah, they're going to make you actually write it out and say, this is what he does. Because before, what they would do is they'd have somebody that was their defensive or assistant defensive coordinator, somebody that was good. And if somebody wanted to hire him, they'd say, oh, no, he's an assistant. You got to do it with my permission. Uh-huh. So now it's all.
He was technically he never coached. He just. Yeah.
He was there to kind of being hidden because they didn't want to give the other people the opportunity to even interview him.
Uh-huh.
So now you're taking that away. There's no more veil. Everybody knows who does what and what their name is attached to, and you're going to see a lot more movement because of this. Big time. So that's sad that that's the biggest NFL news.
This is for assistants to coordinators, right?
Yeah.
What about coordinators for a head coaching job? Do they need to?
So it was different with that. With coordinators, they were allowed to do so because the coordinators were kind of on such a level, they were expected to become head coaches.
Yeah.
So that's why when they said, let's take it a step further, because we're starting to see a lot of interest go towards assistant coaches, but a lot of people are just blocking them.
So you want to say like wide receiver coaches, just position coaches pretty much?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be the long shot. You're not going to see a ton of it, but it's going to be a lot of coordinator positions, what you're going to see getting filled. So let's say Joe Blow, he's a freaking wide receivers coach, and the word gets around the league, this guy just knows offense. This is how Sean McVay did it when he was coaching the Redskins, basically. Uh-huh. This would allow somebody to come up and say, that kid's got something. He's my offensive coordinator. Now, boom.
What about who's the guy that played for Boise State? He's a coach at Kellen
Moore.
Kellen Moore. What is he now? He's offensive
coordinator.
But he was just what, a quarterback coach or something?
He was the quarterback's coach. Mm-hmm.
So he say if he was still a quarterback coach, he could easily become a coordinator.
If we were there like a year ago before it happened, let's say he was the QB coach, he was doing really well. Let's say San Francisco swoops in and they say, hey, we know Dallas is going to probably make this guy their offensive coordinator. Let's offer him some money now and just get him off the table. They could go to him with this new rule, not talk to Jerry, not talk to anybody, and basically just say, here's some cash.
Now, what I want to know is this become like a scheme where like it's your rival team, you don't want to like...
That's another aspect.
We'll just bite the bullet and have him for 2 years and just let them go.
Yeah. I mean, especially like with Belichick's, because that's the first person I thought of doing it. Let's say you're playing a really, really tough Buffalo team that's improved, and their cornerbacks just keep shutting you down. Well, damn it. Belichick's like, fuck, we got to beat them. Or I want to figure out what they're doing. Go grab their fucking DB coach. He's my new defensive coordinator, which I can run defense if he sucks. You know?
That's crazy.
I can see them doing that shit just to get a fucking competitive edge. I don't know, man. Interesting stuff for sure. All right, after the NFL.
Did you hear about Dak's contract?
I heard a little bit about it. What was the dollar?
Was it 5 years, $145 million with that?
Oh.
But he said no. I'm thinking he wants 4 years because he wants to opt out.
So the one that would have made him the second highest paid QB, he turned down.
Yes.
What the fuck is this guy doing?
I don't know what's going on. I don't think he wants to be a Cowboy anymore.
So this is the second contract he's turned down.
Look it up. I think it's like 5 years, 145. Something ridiculous.
I didn't know he had turned it down. I know they had offered him one to make him the second highest paid.
Well, they have Dalton, so I guess.
Let's see.
Yeah, okay. Second highest paid.
So maybe he hasn't turned this one down yet.
I think he did turn it down.
Yeah, the Cowboys are prepared to make him. Cowboys have an offer that
5 years, $175 million. Jeez.
Second highest paid NFL in terms of average per year. $35 million a season. That's so stupid.
Do they make higher than Rodgers? I
thought Rodgers was the highest in the league.
It just makes me upset. Like these quarterbacks who've been in the league for over 10 years can't even get this money.
They don't get enough respect. Not enough credit.
And it's like you worked.
Would you ever mention Dak Prescott's name in the same sentence as Aaron Rodgers? In any other sense?
Like Dak's on the second. Dak is good, but he's not elite. He's like very good.
Exactly.
It's like the second tier. Like tier 1, he's like tier 2.
I agree. People like Jared Goff too, making a shitload of money. He is a tier 2 guy.
I think Goff's worse than Dak.
At this point, he is. Yeah, you can't really argue he isn't. I don't think there's any other news that's saying
not fair. Just like
all I've seen is that they've offered it. Okay, look, see, the Cowboys deny a report that QB Dak Prescott turned down. So it came out, but then they denied that happened. Until then, there are likely conflicting reports of how much Dak Prescott wants.
And then $45 million last year. Jeez, $45 million for 1 year.
Man, we should have got. I would love to hear like a Cowboy fan take on this, just to see what.
Do they love, like, as a Cowboy fan? Do they love Dak that much, or like can they willing to let him go? Like, whatever. We have Dalton for a year, and then we'll just draft someone.
Do you think they'd run with Dalton? I mean, if you were a Cowboy fan, would you feel comfortable with Andy Dalton?
Why not?
I'm with you. I'm just asking.
For a year, you save $179 million.
Just trying to see if any of my friends on Facebook are Cowboys fans and just call them randomly. I don't think so. I don't think any of those people are. Yeah. No, none of them are.
That's crazy, though.
You need some coffee, bro.
It's Friday.
You ready for the weekend? Sleep?
Yep. Sleep and play Call of Duty.
All right, let's jump ahead to some soccer. This is a fucking awesome story. So the football club Seoul gets a record fine for a sex doll mix-up. And from what I heard, they almost got kicked out of the league because of it.
Oh, damn.
So what happened is South Korea's FC Seoul had been fined a record 100 million Korean won, which is about 82 grand, for damaging the prestige and integrity of the league after using sex dolls instead of mannequins to fill empty seats during a K-League match. At first, I was like, maybe they just ran out of shit to do. But after I read the article, is they did it on purpose to try to get a laugh. But I guess the way they looked at it, it was like, you fucked up the prestige of this. Like, they really went after like the honor piece.
It's not that very good of a league. So I don't know why you're not a top 5 league like La Liga and Premier League. So
I think it would have been much better press just to kind of laugh it off. The club placed around 20 dolls, some of which were dressed in the team's colors, while others held placards supporting the side in the stands on Sunday to help make up for the absence due to the coronavirus restrictions.
What I want to know is how did someone know? Like,
oh, right here. Viewers watching on television quickly pointed out that the dolls looked more like sex dolls, and that some of them were holding placards bearing the name of the adult toy manufacturer.
Oh, damn.
So it was given away on fucking TV.
Like, if they're dressed and stuff, then like, what's so big? Like, it just looks like a mannequin almost. So, is there a picture of it?
I thought there was. I swear I saw one.
I think it's funny. But I don't know if it's like Korea. Are they really that strict?
I wouldn't expect them to be.
Like Chinese culture, like they're more like sexually.
So look, they got masks on, man.
Uh-huh.
That's a sex doll? That's a guy.
That's a guy.
I don't want to know how that works. So here's one. So like it circled this lady. Like if you didn't, I mean, if I saw this on TV, I'd be like, they look like mannequins. Yeah. I wouldn't have been like, that's a sex doll. And even if that's the case, like you really got to fucking work at figuring that out. I don't think that's that big of a deal. It's pretty fucking funny though.
Yeah.
I wonder how expensive that was. 20 sex dolls? I don't know how much the going rate for a mannequin is, but shit, that's got to be pricey. That's pretty funny though. I say kudos to the FC Soul. You made a damn good article out of it, if nothing else, man. We got a little bit of NBA news.
It'd be funny is like if that company comes out, okay, we're gonna be your sponsor next year, and you only gotta pay the fine.
Oh, then they can wear the fucking placards.
If that sex doll company comes out, okay, we'll pay your $82,000 fine.
That would be pretty cool. I would bet that.
Like how when Jordan wore Nike shoes in every game, he got fined, right, by the NBA.
Yep.
But Nike paid all his fines.
They paid all the fines. Have you watched that documentary, by the way?
I heard it's really good, though.
I am on like episode 3.
Good?
Fuck yeah.
Really
yeah,
good?
If you get bored, dude, hook it up.
What is it on?
I've been watching it on my Fire Stick.
I know, but it's only on ESPN?
Yeah, you can watch it on
I don't know if it's like on Hulu or anything.
ESPN Plus, I think.
Oh, okay. I saw it's Hulu, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus for $10 a month, I think, or $15 a month.
Yeah, they put out, or there's a $12. $12 a month, you get Hulu, which is like the ad-supported one I have, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus for $12.99.
Well, that's cool, but for UFC, you have to have ESPN Plus you got to pay a
fucking
stupid
$40 still.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm gonna hook this up and go buy this for the fight last time, the Gaethje fight or whatever it was.
Uh-huh.
And I pulled it up and it was like, yeah, members get access to the UFC fight, but they have to pay an extra $39.99. I'm like, oh, fuck off. I'll just watch it illegally on Facebook. Little bit of NBA news we finally get is that apparently they've been searching for a venue to kind of play out the last few seasons leading into some kind of sort of playoff, similar to how hockey was doing it. And the front runner seems to be Disney World. So the Disney World Resort in Orlando is clear frontrunner for the return-to-play site for resuming the 2019-20 NBA season per the Athletic Shams, Charinia and Sam Amick. So there wasn't a whole lot of details. We don't know what it would look like, game schedule. They just said basically they would just be
I don't know how big it is to host. I guess Disney, you use one of the Disneyland hotels and all that stuff, but...
I mean, they're saying they play on site? Like, is there a arena?
I think there's an arena, like a convention center. They could put a court in there.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the other hosting site they're talking about is Vegas, which makes total sense because they do the summer.
Because that's where the is it Las Vegas Aces? Is it a WNBA team? I think it's WNBA. They're called the Las Vegas. They play in Mandalay Bay.
Oh no shit!
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's cool.
So,
but yeah, they're talking. At least they're having some kind of discussions about finish it off. Man, they got to shit or get off the pot though, bro. It's getting late in the season for an NBA talking about doing playoffs. NBA playoffs usually run like right now, so it's strange to hear them kind of figuring out how to. There's no way they can finish this season. They've got to come up with an idea of like, hey, let's play a few games, do this bullshit, blah blah blah. But what do we got after the? Oh yeah, and then speaking of Disney World announced just a couple days ago soft opening on June 1st.
So they are opening. I thought it was only Universal Studios.
No, Universal Studios is June 5th. They're going to open. They just announced that right before we started recording.
Oh, damn.
Universal Studios is going to be June 5th. Disney World soft opening for like it's all the like people that work there and a few annual pass holders that are selected. June 1st. Everybody else will be June 5th because they're going to do June 1st, real soft. June 3rd, they're going to start bringing in more annual pass holders. June 5th, they're going to start having the limited full experience.
I was talking to my wife. I heard that I think Disneyland, they're going to like do reservations only where they'll have a certain capacity, and when it hits capacity, like they're going to cut capacity in half, and then once it hits it, then that's it. You can't let anyone else in.
Yeah, it's going to look something like that, man. It's going to be tough to get in.
We'll see.
It's going to suck because you're an annual pass holder?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are too. And there's no way we're going to be able to fucking get in the first 2 months.
Yeah.
I'm expecting that.
Unless they have to call off one day and go, but yeah. Because we won't be able to go in after 5 because the park will probably be closed already.
True.
Like, capacity-wise.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it would fill up real quick. But Disney, I mean, we're big Disney fans.
We just got to tell me it spikes up. It's
I know.
back to square one again.
Right? It's going to be a real shitty summer. All right, Disney World. Moving on. So speaking of opening up and stuff, did you hear about these California pastors and stuff that came out?
They were gonna.
So there was more than 1,200 pastors say they will defy the state order to resume in-person service. How do you feel about that?
It's like they have a point. Like, I know the First Amendment, you have a freedom of speech, but like you said earlier, they're like, yeah, you have a freedom, but ethically wise, are you willing to risk that to endanger other people?
Yeah, and I'm with you because I don't want to. It has nothing to do with like holding you back of saying, hey, if you're not into religion, it has nothing to do with that. Purely has to do with ethics. Now, I took an ethics course in college, and it changed the way I think about all this kind of stuff because in ethics, it's all about the majority. What does it do to affect the majority? So the way I look at it is it's a lot like 9/11. When 9/11 happened, a lot of our liberties went out the window when it came to airports. Everything changed immensely. Okay. And at first, everybody's on board. A few people were like, whoa, we have to do this. We have to get screened, x-rayed, all this stuff.
Before 9/11, there was no x-ray machine?
No.
You just walked through a metal detector and that was it, right?
I'm trying to remember if I flew before. I don't think I ever flew before then, but I remember seeing somebody told, I don't know, something along the lines of that, but no, it was pretty simple. Most of the times it was pat down. I think you walked through the x-ray machine, but it wasn't what it was now. Uh-huh. It was like a metal detector. That's it. Uh-huh. Like, that's it. I had buddies and stuff that would tell me some crazy shit they brought on airplanes, but it was definitely nothing like that. Because I think the TSA was basically, I don't want to say it was formed after 9/11, but they are what they are now because of 9/11. And I know I can say for sure that the liquids and all that stuff like that, that all happened because of 9/11.
Oh, yeah, because they can make liquid bombs and all that stuff.
Yeah. But back to like when that happened, everybody knew that, hey, we need to make some sacrifices for our safety, for the safety of everybody, right? Uh-huh. So that's where we're at right now is like, I get it. You're frustrated. You want to go to church. You want to get out there and meet with the people. But first off, does this have to be done inside the church? And I can't speak on a lot of stuff, but I can speak on the Christian religions. I know about it. Uh-huh. It doesn't. It even says in the Bible, the church is a building. That's it. The church is the people, which you can do all this online. Yep. So I think, I don't know.
You have outside too.
Yeah. I mean, online, the outside. On the other hand, yes, the Walmarts are open, all this stuff, Targets, all this crazy stuff that people are getting in, bumping shoulders. I get the argument. I do. Because it's not really fair for that stuff to just have that relaxed laws and you can't even congregate. But I just think of ethically, man. Like, is this really going to benefit?
I would think that the average age of churchgoers, it would be older, the older age group. So they're more at risk to catch the virus. So it's not really safe.
Yeah. That's exactly. I mean, you're going to see a lot of the older crowd. And there was a lot of churches back east that they opened up early or they never closed. They defied it. Uh-huh. And like, there was one church I remember reading about had like 72 people got coronavirus.
Oh, damn.
Like they gave it to everybody. It's like fucking Oprah's giving coronavirus out.
You get the virus. You get the virus.
But like, I don't understand like the yearning of we're going to defy this. 1,200 pastors, man.
Which is 1,200 churches.
That's exactly.
Much, yeah.
Like, dude, my brother, he goes to church online sometimes. I know, like, I think your dad and them have, right?
Every
like
Sunday.
You still get the message. You get what you need. I know it's not the fellowship of being there with people.
Yeah.
But there's an ethical reason why we're home right now, guys, is because we don't have grasp of what's going on with this pandemic. So it's frustrating for me to hear these people say, we're going to defy the state order. And even if they hide behind like the First Amendment and stuff like that, that's great. That's great. But if your religion is about love and taking care of each other and doing the right thing for you and your brothers and sisters in this world, why would you put them in danger? Mm-hmm. Because you need to show up, like, or to show pride in the fact that you're going to hide behind the First Amendment. It's bullshit to me.
Yeah.
Sorry, but that's how I feel. And just like everything else, we'll just have to see. I don't hope it don't fucking spike, man. Like, what else can we say? They're going to do it. And it didn't help at all. Mr. Trump came out today and announced that houses of worship are now essential, and he calls on governors to open them up. So I think this personally is for his candidacy. That's it. Yeah. He just grabbed the Bible belt by the heartstrings. So I think that's what that was for. But now it's people are going to push it even further now that he's backing it up. The one thing I want to see out of this, though, and I'm going to call their bluff if they don't. If we're going to say houses of worship are essential, I want to see these Christians fighting for these Muslim houses of worship to open and all these other religions, because that's what we hear in the news too often is Christians the only religion. Well, if it's going to be houses of worship and that's how we're going to play it, you better be willing to back up your Muslim neighbors, the Hindu, I mean, everything. I don't want to, it doesn't need to be just Christian religions. You need to back up houses of worship because that's what you're pushing it as. Because I have a feeling it's not going to be that way. I don't think I would see some of these hardcore Christian Southern boys out there fighting for Muhammad's right to congregate. I just doubt that. I'm sorry. But we'll see. All right. In a little bit lighter news, did you hear about fucking Chuck E. Cheese and shit like that?
I read about a little bit.
So what happened?
So why did they change? Okay, so Chuck E. Cheese, they changed their name on Grubhub.
Yeah.
But why? Is it because no one would order from Chuck E. Cheese? Like the name?
So them and Applebee's both kind of adopted an alias, and they went after kind of a new market. So the way Chuck E. Cheese was saying it is they had called it, was it Pasquale's?
Yeah, which is Pascal's the name of one of their characters.
Okay, Pasquale's Pizza and whatever. They did it to make it seem a little bit more high end, and they even said that some of the ingredients they used is like a crispier crust and better robust sauce. Try to make it sound like a pizza place because nobody, frankly, is going to be like, hey, you guys want to get some pizza? Let's order some Chuck E. Cheese.
It's not
like,
bad pizza, though, to be honest.
It's not. I know it's not. But if I'm at home on a Friday night, I'm like, hey, Domino's or Chuck E. Cheese, where my fucking daughter likes to go for her birthday. Like, there's no way in hell I'm going to be like, yeah, I'll pay $35 for a couple pizzas. Yeah. I mean, unless the fucking rat is delivering them to me or some shit like that.
All the drivers are in Chuck E. Cheese outfits?
Now, that would be pretty fucking badass. If they would guarantee you that the guy will show... Could you imagine this motherfucker getting out of the car and being like, God, I fucking hate my job. Gets this big rat fucking mask on. It's 100 degrees out. He's trying to carry these 6 hot-ass pizzas, and he's fucking sweating. And he can't get to his contactless delivery, so he's trying to set him down with this big-ass fucking...
And then his hat falls off, and the kids see, and they're all screaming like...
And then like, yeah, the kids fucking scream bloody murder. He's not real! No, so they changed their name to try to appeal to these kind of people that want to, a better pizza. So far, I'm sure it helped a little bit, but like, so I was reading online, and the first time I read the article was guys like, they showed up and the guy was wearing a Chuck E. Cheese shirt. So like, this and he was like, do you work for Chuck E. Cheese? And he's like, yeah, Pasquale's. He's like, and like, how betrayed would you feel?
Like, damn.
I'm like, are you fucking me? Like, what? But Applebee's did the same thing and took on like a persona of a wings place,
neighborhood wings, and I guess they're trying out new wings too. So.
Yeah, they're kind of hiding behind it like an R&D attempt to try something new.
Maybe it might, if it sticks, they might just keep that flavor. It's just a testing phase for new food items, I guess.
I don't see a big problem with it, but as long as you
let someone know, don't just do it like abruptly and like just.
Oh, bro, because I love trying out new foods. I'm like, let's try this pizza place. Maybe it's the best pizza we've ever had. If I paid a lot of money for pizza and be like, oh, I'm excited. Because sometimes I'll review them and put pictures up on Google and shit and do the whole 9 yards. I have fun doing that. If they showed up and it was fucking Chuck E. Cheese, I would be livid.
I wonder, is the box is all a branding Pasquale's? So it's not a Chuck E. Cheese box anymore?
No, yeah, I saw the pictures of the box. Let me see if I can find it. I don't even know how to fucking spell this. Pasquale's Pizza and Wings.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I saw a picture online that had the box. No, that's not it.
Do you even have wings at Chuck E. Cheese?
I don't know. When's the last time you had fucking pizza there?
Last December for my nephew's birthday.
Was it any good?
That's not bad.
I remember watching the whole thing when they said that they reuse their pizza.
I probably wouldn't doubt it because they don't line up. Like, how are you that bad at cutting pizza?
I watched the whole thing and then watched the Chuck E. Cheese came out with a response to it, and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
But I don't see the picture. But they had their own box and everything.
Oh, damn.
But I think it was like a generic pizza box like you'd get at a real small pizza place that doesn't have their own. It was something like that.
It just says pizza on it or something. It just
says, some kind of pizza. But yeah, they're trying something. At least they're trying to get their shit going, man. Something else we found here in town that, or where we used to live, where Zach's at, Fontana. So all the graduates and stuff, all the graduations have been canceled pretty much. So they decided to have their graduation. If anybody's a NASCAR fan, Auto Club Speedway is in fucking Fontana, and they're going to do the graduation at the fucking Speedway.
Also Ontario Airport, too.
And the Ontario Airport. That's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, I'm actually it's be like a drive-through graduation, so the kids could be in one car with whoever family members they want.
Yeah.
They only said one car per student, and they get their diploma, and then I guess the valedictorians and salutatorians, they get to do their speech still, so it's cool. Promote social distancing. These kids still could technically walk, but you're driving.
Yeah, it's pretty badass, man. Like I was telling him, I was like, if I was graduating this year, I'd be super bummed. But for sure, like if you set it up at the fucking Auto Club Speedway, I'd be like, that's fucking cool, man, and I'll deal with that. It's badass, man. A lot of people are having them online and shit like that, which it will be streamed on YouTube. They said,
which is cool.
Hell yeah, man. All right, we got a little bit more. Let's see. There's not a lot of sports this week, guys. There's just fucking dead. Yeah, I was trying to bring in. I have a buddy that's a semi-pro professional wrestler. We got a few wrestling stories coming up. I was going to try to bring him on to get his point of view. Looks like he's stuck with some prior engagements, so maybe next time, Matt. Congratulations on the baby, though. Let's get into this next one. Is that the... Yeah, so if you're a wrestling fan, I'm sure you heard about Shad Gaspard this week. So the body... So I guess it all started Wednesday, I think, or the couple days before that. He was swimming with his kid. I think it was near Venice Beach.
Yeah.
Big wave come out. The lifeguard actually saw the wave hit him and the kid. Both got swept under and out to sea. They found the boy. They did not find the father, Shad. They put out a search crew, went out and searching for him, did this for a few days, I believe, and finally gave up. And then on Wednesday, his body washed ashore at Venice Beach. So, sad day in the world of wrestling. So, entertainment star Shad Gaspard was found early Wednesday morning at Venice Beach, where he was caught in a rip current last weekend. Patrol officers were flagged down around 1:25 a.m. by a person reporting that a body washed ashore. Los Angeles Police Department statement said the descendant wasn't identified as Shad Gaspard, and next of kin was notified.
It's tough.
It's sad, man.
Sorry, swimming in the ocean is no joke.
You got.
I only go like waist high, and that's it. I don't go any farther than.
That's all I've ever been. It's like one time me and my daughter went out there and we went about waist high, and I remember like it just came and fucking nails you, and I was like, dude, this is.
It tells you Mother Nature's no joke.
Yeah, and to this day, when we go to the beach, she'll go, "That's so powerful." Because I kept telling her, I said, "You gotta be careful. These waves are powerful." So, I'm not. Are you a big wrestling guy?
Yeah, I remember him like growing up, but he wasn't like a superstar wrestler. He just
kind of mid-level.
Just a tag team partner. That's what does tag team matches usually.
Yeah, we were gonna have Matt come on and talk about it. Matt was a huge fan of him.
His name was his name Crime Time, or that was the name of his tag team group?
I think the tag team was called Crime Time.
I remember he had like grills and stuff. Like him and his partner, they were supposed to be like rappers. That was their persona.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't really remember that much, but here's a video of JR Jim Ross talking about it.
Shad Gaspard, we found out today that, golly, I mean, what a nice guy, real family man, great father, probably one of the most positive guys I've ever been around on a day-to-day basis.
Really?
Yeah. They're real good, real great attitude of life. He had big dreams outside of wrestling involving creative, filmmaking, screenwriting. He's been working on a project for a long time. but he's one of the nicest guys that I helped, that we had on our roster. One of my guys, and it's just when you lose anybody like that, it's like I mentioned the Owen thing briefly. There's not a week goes by that I don't think of Owen Hart. It's not like, oh yeah, Owen. It's not just the anniversary of that accident. It's every week. Something reminds me of him. Sometimes I see somebody play practical jokes on TV. I think of Owen. And I see guys doing aerial things, high flying stuff. I think of Owen. He did it as good or not better than anybody out there, and it meant something because he knew when to incorporate it within his little game plan. It just wasn't a filler to get me this here to here. He had a reason for everything. So that last night was hard to watch, quite frankly. And again, it was just so unfortunate. Shad Gaspar and Owen have a lot in common. There are two guys, Ariel, that I can't recall off the top of my head anybody ever saying in the wrestling business, which is wrought with jealousy and insecurities that they nobody said a bad thing about. They love the guy.
It's good to hear, man, but it's horrible.
You remember Owen Hart, though, right? Where
big time, yeah,
he
man.
came in, it was before he fought. I can't find a video. They took it off. I think it was like a Faces of Death thing, but he was coming in who did it? Shawn Michaels did it before.
Yeah, it was
like a line, and it broke, and I think he hit the turnbuckle.
He hit the turnbuckle.
And then just died.
Yeah.
And then that came out, too. I think his wife said that he does not want him to be a part of the Hall of Fame. Owen Hart.
Really?
His legacy, because of how bad WWE is now. Like,
wow.
It wouldn't mean anything. So.
Damn. We were huge wrestling fans.
I think Vince McMahon or vice versa. Someone sued Owen, like Vince McMahon sued Owen Hart's wife or vice versa. Something happened, yeah.
Shit, I didn't know that. I remember, man, I grew up with this stuff. I know a lot of people talk shit on wrestling. I'm not into it now, but I have high regards for wrestling.
Wrestling was so dope back, like,
bro, like when we were watched it was Stone Cold, The Rock,
Undertaker.
And you remember when Stone Cold and Vince McMahon had their bash? They would like fill his car with cement. That was the prime time for me.
Stone Cold did blow up his car?
Oh, bro, he did all kinds of shit. I remember he poured cement in it.
Remember he brought out the beer truck and like posed him down?
Yeah, he hosed him down with it. Dude, those were so good. Like
that's back when promos were like
they legit.
It was all improv.
Like
they just went off. Not really, no.
They don't do that kind of shit. No. It was, and like I hated the promos that always went over the top, but those were so.
Or when
Stone
Cold beat the shit out of Vince McMahon in the hospital.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Bedpan.
It was so ridiculous. It was awesome, man. And like I was a Mick Foley fan. The Hardy Boys were my dudes. Jeff Hardy.
They're still wrestling.
They are?
Yeah, Matt Hardy's in AEW and Jeff Hardy's back in WWE, I think.
After that era, I got really into the original ECW. That was before WWE bought them. And that was with like Mikey Whipwreck, Mike Awesome,
Rob Van
Tanaka,
Dam.
RVD.
Is it Blackman? Where he had the Kimbo stick?
He was a little bit before when I was watching it.
Dudley Boys.
Sandman.
Dudley Boys.
Had the Kendo, Spike Dudley was in there.
I think Taz was in it.
Taz started out in ECW. He was one of the first who actually really crossed over. Him and
he's an announcer now.
Tommy Dreamer was a big one.
Yep.
He's still with WWE somehow. I see him all the time. But I was a huge ECW fan. I still to this. I think
I still have the video game on PS1.
Oh, I used to play the shit out of that, dude. I love that game, man. ECW.
Because who was the owner? What was it? He's in WB now.
It was
He's Brock Lesnar's manager now.
He has the fucking ugly ass ponytail. Man, I was just talking about him the other day with Friendly. Shit.
But I think he's Brock Lesnar's
Paul Heyman?
Yeah, Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
He's Brock Lesnar's manager now, I think.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he was in there. Yeah. Fuck, man. There was some good... I went through a rabbit hole. I think it was after one episode of Buy Weeks and Booze. Me and Josh stayed and watched ECW videos for like 3 hours. And I was like, God damn it, I missed this. It was so badass, but... Lost a good one, man. Rest in peace, brother. Speaking of wrestling, I need to pull up this video. We're fans of Tom Segura here, and Tom Segura kind of started a shitstorm talking about wrestling recently on Your Mom's House, and this is the actual video where they do so. So this started a while back.
That's a long video, though.
I'm not going to show it. You'll just hear the first few seconds. But you're going to hear Christina, his wife, talking about a guy she used to date that was into wrestling.
I dated a guy for a summer who was really into wrestling, like really into wrestling, and that's about the equivalent of an adult watching Puppy Dog House.
So many guys who love wrestling. I think wrestling is for fucking retards, but
It is.
But
Didn't
so
pull
many
punches.
people,
So
like
many people
it is
love
the
it.
fucking stupidest shit. And I think you're a fucking tool if you're like,
Yeah.
hey man, it's not fake, it's fucking
It's
fake,
fake.
and you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But
Grow up.
they're not real fights. These are just stunt people.
But imagine
And the fact that like guys are like, man, did you see the Undertaker?
that's who he loved. He liked Undertaker.
Jesus
and
Christ.
he made me go to a WWE event in
Yeah.
LA when
It's
I was
pathetic. It's pathetic.
I'll
You're
tell
a
you what
pathetic
though.
person.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty fun.
What was?
The event. Going to a live wrestling.
Yeah, so's the Special Olympics. It's a fun thing to go to.
Oh my god!
But
He's in it. Oh, I
it's
bet
not
you
real. It's
people
not
are
a
gonna.
real competition.
oh, it came from every
Of
angle.
course not. But
So not only did it get
Did
it
wrestlers
from,
call him out though?
yeah, Twitter, big time. Yeah, they're like, who the fuck's Tom Segura? Who the fuck is this guy? It's been going on for about 2 weeks now because this came out May 8th. So he caused a shitstorm for that, saying the R word, all the above. And you know Tom Segura, when he pisses somebody off and people get pissed, he steers right into it. He does not give a fuck. I don't think we've ever seen Tom back down. And it got pretty bad, man. Some of the shit they were talking about on Twitter, at least, was pretty fucking horrific. So then I wake up this morning and I hear that Segura has now made a wrestling promo
That's
video.
not the promo though. That's just someone put all the comedians' faces on different wrestlers.
Oh, this isn't the right
It's
one.
Theo Vaughn on Macho Man's face.
Oh shit, that's not the right one.
That one right there. No,
Where?
no, never mind. You sent it to me on the text.
Yeah, where the fuck did I go? Here, I'll search for it.
Imagine got taken down.
I had to search for it earlier on Google and found it. I thought it was on YouTube though. Yeah, right here. Cuts promo.
For the win. It's not. Oh, it is on YouTube, but
Yeah. So he comes out with.
oh, Mystic Rick.
So there's a few things wrong with this man. I love Segura. He's my favorite, but goddamn, this is brutal. First off, the video itself isn't hilarious. I don't think it's funny as shit as I was expecting, and he really. I got to give it to him in the aspect that this is fucking genius what he did. But goddamn, knowing that wrestlers are already pissed at him and does all this, he gets him and Christina. They dress up real cheesy as a fake wrestler and manager. Starts talking shit. And then he goes, and I guarantee this is how it went because I checked, on Cameo and paid for a paid shout out from Ric Flair, from Kurt Angle, and from Bret Hart. Was Bret Hart?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Bret Hart. And these guys give him an actual shout out to his fake wrestler name, not knowing that he was going to use it for this, not even knowing it's for him. So when I was watching it, I'm cringing. I'm like, oh my God, did you take it this far? I'm afraid this is going to ignite some fireworks. But here's the promo. You haven't seen it yet, have you?
I watched part of it, but
Mr. Rick,
Yeah, go ahead.
you've called wrestling fans many names, comparing them to anti-vaxxers and flat earthers.
Yeah.
You've also said, quote, they have diminished capacities.
Yeah.
Could you explain what you meant by that exactly, and would you like to take this moment to apologize?
Oh, no. I meant that they're stupid, they're poor, they're all beneath me. They're losers. If they want to come, maybe clean up my toilet or whatever.
I bet you it really means
spit on
that
them
too.
while they're doing it.
I don't
Give them a
know.
little taste of the
He's such a
mystique.
dick.
Hey, Rick, you're so strong.
This is Kurt Angle.
You could even withstand the ankle lock. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
He's reading off of
Mr. Rick,
something.
what about the wrestlers
Well, they send him what they
themselves?
say.
Some
He
of them
emails
have
him what they
reached
want him
out
to
you
say.
saying they used to be fans of yours. Now they've been hurt by your remarks. How do you respond to that?
Mission accomplished.
Get him, Mr. Rick.
What's up, Solstice? Oh, that was you. This is my parrot, Solstice. We always enter the ring together. Anybody wants to get the turkey slicer, come at me, man.
Mystic Rick, you are never down for the count. You are the best there
This is
is, the
Bret
best
Hart.
there was, and the best there ever will be. And just keep those jeans high and tight and know that you are the excellence of execution in everything you do.
Do you think you can do what they do?
Wrestlers?
Yeah.
It's fake. Why can't I win a fake fight? Sign me up. Let's rehearse. And then I'll whoop your fake ass.
Mystic Rick is the strongest and the best, and he throws it down in the bedroom the best.
Oh, thanks.
My main man,
Ric Flair.
Mystic Rick. You're the champ, and I'm the one to tell you. So keep feathering it, brother. And congrats on your beautiful, exotic, and extremely hot wife, Classy Christina.
Jesus.
Woo!
You want this smoke? You know where to find me. Anyone can get it. Hardy, Cody, Sammy Guevara.
He was talking about they're all in AEW.
You can get it too. You appreciate it in your language.
I think that's the guys that tweeted him.
Sammy Guevara, Cody Rhodes, and
en esta
Matt
marica,
Hardy.
Deporte en que te encanta. Cuando quieres, huevón. Dime nomás. Llámame. Everybody understand? Any one of you
see his
fake ass
yeah.
athletes can get this fake punch thrown at your fake face.
Mystic Rick in Espanol.
No more questions. I'm late. I have a caviar tasting in my McLaren. Y'all can suck my dick.
Suck it.
Is that really his car?
No, I'm sure he fucking rented that, man. He ain't got no McLaren.
I think he could easily afford it.
Eat my scrum.
If it was him, he'd have been driving that car at the end.
Yeah.
It wasn't his. Fuck, man. That's shots fired. Best way to put it. This is going to get bad.
Yep.
I thought it was kind of rough before just from Twitter. Let me see if I can just do a quick search of Twitter.
I want to see what these wrestlers were telling him.
Segura wrestlers. I don't see it. Well, here's Dolph Ziggler responds.
You know, Dolph Ziggler, he's a comedian too now, I guess.
Oh, he
He
is?
does stand up now.
He said, after Cliff, I'm saying fucking, yeah.
I think he asked, like, he wants to be on their show and just talk about, like, the wrestling and how everything goes.
Oh, man.
So.
This one, come on over. So, I don't know. Where's the actually one? What did he say?
Well.
Either way, man.
It's going to get heated.
It's going to get fucking nasty after that bullshit. I mean, am I overplaying it? Like, because I feel like pulling in those wrestlers off Cameo, genius. But goddamn, kind of a low blow.
It'd be genius, like, if you act like you were a wrestler, but you're a wrestler, Mystic Rick, but you're not, you hate wrestling. So what's like...
He was doing it to mock them and
I guess
show.
Theo Von did that, because Theo Von did the whole Rat King promo, and he was, he like sold it. Like, come on now.
It's going to get fucking nasty. All right, man. All right, we got one motherfucking thing left to do. All I got to say is, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. I want to call this, like, our food segment. I was thinking we should call it Yelling from the Kitchen, because we get stuff from the kitchen.
Oh, that's fucking good,
Yelling
man.
from the Kitchen. That's the segment.
Fuck yeah. That was, I don't know what that was, but that was like our brain going, that's, we figured it out. Yelling from the Kitchen, dude. That's fucking good.
Yeah.
All right, so, I mean, there's only really one thing we got to do, man.
Try this bad boy out.
All right, let's go over this real quick. Okay, so we've got our ramen already prepared. This is the Samyang 2x spicy hot chicken flavor ramen. I gotta say, like, compared to normal ramen, the noodles look delicious.
They're big, they're thick.
It's got a real thick red blood sauce almost to it, man.
I thought the sauce thought it'd be darker, but
I'm excited, but like
it's the hottest we've had for what's the Scoville unit ranking?
So the Scoville unit on this
8,
is only 8,800 pretty much.
And we've had 100 and something thousand.
We've had
2 million. 2 million. So
yeah, fucking whatever that shit was.
The bomb.
The
hot ones. Triple X.
Triple X. Yeah. This smells so fucking good, man. Even my wife was like, "Hey, I want to bite of that. If it's not gonna blow my face off." So, all right, brother.
Let's try it.
This is Samyang's hottest spicy ramen in the world. Oh man, it looks so fucking good. That sauce. So what we did is me and Zach just made one pack between us both.
Split it in half.
And we're gonna see how it goes from here. I'm gonna try to eat it all.
Me too.
It smells delicious.
I'm gonna try to avoid getting it on your lips as least as possible, but you gotta slurp it. So
yeah, because I didn't break up the noodles. So let's get a spoonful. Damn, this is gonna be huge.
It's like thick. Like when you try to, it's just stuck.
Yeah, this is getting a small spoonful is almost impossible.
That boy.
Okay, I think I got mine.
I got mine too.
All right, brother.
Ready?
Let's do this.
Oh, fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hot.
Oh, that's no joke. It tastes good, though.
Flavor is on point.
Ooh.
Whoa.
It is good, though.
It is very intense. Very good.
That's really good.
You are super red, am I?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's white boys. We get red very quickly. Not bad, though.
Dude, it is a head heat like crazy. I feel like there's steam coming my ears.
My eyes are on fire.
Oh my god, I'm gonna sweat like crazy on this. This is really hot.
Pretty good, though. What would you rank it? The noodles is really really good.
Noodles are bomb.
Easy killer.
It's getting me.
Dude, my lips hurt the most.
Yeah, it gets your lips really, really good. It's getting me in the throat.
All right, Chihuahua. Oh man, I don't think I finished it now.
Oh. This hurts really bad. Something got in my throat.
Don't throw up on me now.
No, just trying to breathe. It's got my eyes watering like crazy. Oh shit!
All right, guys, I think that's it.
My lips, dude, are on fucking
I
fire.
know mine too. I feel like it got worse. Fuck.
I'm so close. I had one more bite.
I have like 3 more, but
I gotta finish it.
You're crazy. It is good, but it hurts. Oh, my nose is running like crazy right now.
I don't think I can get it all.
One bite, everyone knows the rules.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt coming out. Watch. But my lips hurt so bad.
It's the worst. Ugh.
I need to get some ice after this. Jeez.
The noodles are so good.
I'm gonna take one home and have Marissa taste it.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh my god. It's fucking
Dude, your
delicious.
lips are orange.
It's fucking delicious.
It looks like your lips are swollen too.
I
Your
just
bottom
got-
lips? Like
Dude, oh my god, the sauce was so thick at the bottom. I just took that last one. I feel like the heat doesn't last long though.
Mine's still hot.
Mine's hot, but I can talk.
Was it on I could taste it on my tongue. Step Brother? No.
I don't know. I can't think. Oh my god. They're so good. That's the best instant ramen I've ever had.
I should just get not even the spicy one, just get the regular one and see how it tastes.
They've got a bunch of different flavors. Holy shit, the bad. Like,
We'll have Britt try this.
Is this worse than the bomb?
No. But it's up there though.
I feel like it's a total mouth heat that the
Yes.
bomb doesn't have.
The bomb just hits a certain part of your tongue wherever it touches, but this is your whole.
Totally agree. And the lips. God damn. I'm gonna look like I've been eating horse pussy after this. They're gonna be so chapped.
That was
That
fun
shit's
though.
good. I'll eat it again, even though it hurts.
Have you seen the it was Hot Ones? It was Sean, the Rhett and Link, and they had the hottest curry.
Yes.
And I think it was it Rhett or no Link. He had to keep going to, or Rhett, one of them had to keep going to the bathroom.
Who's Link?
Oh man.
All right, guys, we got a call today. That was Yelling from the Kitchen.
Heck yeah, that's the name of the episode.
Thanks for hanging out, guys. My mouth's on fire. This is Sean.
This is Zach.
There's Yelling from the Stands.
Someone give me a fire extinguisher.